On an unconscious level, the question, "Who am I?" is a disturbing one. From chapter 31 of A Course in Miracles. There is no statement the world is more afraid to hear than this: I do not know the thing I am, and therefore do not know what I am doing, where I am, or how to look upon the world or on myself. Yet in this learning is salvation born, and what you are will tell you of itself. When I finally really asked myself these questions, who am I, where am I, why am I here, I realized I'd been avoiding them. Now that I've read A Course in Miracles, I realize why I was avoiding them. I didn't really want to know the answer. So I did what we all do with disturbing thoughts: suppress them, bury them, forget them. We deny that it is even a question because it causes us such great turmoil. Have you ever known someone who has repressed something obvious and lives as though it never really happened? If you've seen it in others, you'll see it in yourself if you look. Chapter 11 of the Course. It is impossible not to believe what you see, but it is equally impossible to see what you do not believe. That is why we must challenge our beliefs. But first, we must acknowledge that our whole world is based on a belief we don't even know we have. The most fundamental belief we have is that we are separate and different from God, the universe, and all the people in it. It is the belief in duality. If you think you are here on this earth, in this solar system, in our galaxy, and in our universe, then you believe in duality. The better you understand the Course, the more you see the belief in duality as fundamental. That's because our mistaken belief in duality is what makes us perceive a dual world. If we believed only in non-duality or singularity, then we would simply be aware of reality, which is you and God as one. There is nothing else to perceive. You believe the world is real because you see the same thing that other people see. You can check out my video titled, "Why Do You Believe the World is Real?" for more on this. You also believe in your own reality because you appear to participate in the world and cause things to happen in the world which you mistakenly believe is real. For example, you plant a seed in the ground, give it water, make sure it grows by eliminating competition. You planted the seed, nurtured the plant, and it gives you fruit, vegetables, herbs, or something. You believe the plant and its produce are real because you helped make it happen. But you must realize that the you think you are is part of the projection of your mind. Your body is projected by your mind just like it projects other bodies and everything else in the universe. Everything with form is projected. Projection makes us believe in non-duality because we see things outside of ourselves. And of course, we don't realize the world is our projection. If we did, projection wouldn't work. Remember, our mind is projecting because it is unable to deal with the guilt it feels over the supposed separation from God. Check out my Miracles Summary, Part 5, on forgiveness for more information on how projection works. In heaven, we see ourselves as completely innocent. We have no concept of sin or guilt at all. It would be impossible for us to do anything, or even think anything, that would make us guilty of anything. And that is true of our thought of separation. It's impossible, but our mind doesn't realize that's impossible. Our mind just thinks it has separated itself from God. And convinced that we've been successful because our mind is giving us an experience of separation, we believe that we've torn ourselves away from God and we feel extremely guilty. Being a mind, we simply can't deal with the grief and guilt we feel over the separation. The guilt, therefore, must be projected out of our mind. The purpose is to keep the guilt away from you, as Persa says in Disappearance of the Universe. The ego is trying to get you to see the guilt as being outside of you by projecting the reason for it onto an illusory image. The ego thought system is trying to put some distance between yourself and your guilt, and any suitable object or person that comes along will suffice. You want to get the guilt out of your own mind and give you some relief from the guilt by projecting it. What you end up projecting is the world, the universe that you believe you are a part of. Projection casts out what we don't want from our minds and imposes it on what we project. And since there really is only one mind to begin with that believes it's split, we act as one mind in projecting the universe and then experience the universe from all the made-up points of view that our mind has split itself into. And here's the key. While you appear to be out here as part of the projection, you're really the projector as well, but you've suppressed the knowledge so you don't realize that you're projecting the universe. If you knew it, it wouldn't work. Projection can't serve its purpose once you understand why you're projecting. If you realize that the world you're projecting isn't really there, you'd have no reason to want to continue to live in it. So the ego, the part of us that believes it is separate from God and everything else, projects a world of guilt because the mind can't otherwise deal with it. As long as the mind retains that guilt, it will continue to project. And that brings us back to the question of who am I? And the answer is, I am an innocent mind that mistakenly believes it is guilty. Not able to deal with the guilt, the mind projects an entire universe, including my body, symbolic of the separation from God and the guilt that I feel over it. Who are you? You are just like me. You are a mind that mistakenly believes it has separated itself from God and feels guilty about it. As a result, your mind has projected a universe, including your body, which is not really you. You are a mind. You are Christ, the innocent Son of God, holy and forever an inseparable part of God. As the Course says in chapter 10, you are at home in God, dreaming of exile, but perfectly capable of awakening to reality. The Course tells us that we need to see each other as we really are, innocent and only dreaming of guilt and death. Then, through forgiveness, we ignore the events of the dream when we contemplate the people in the dream, and we realize that all of the people are innocent. At some point, we will all realize that, and then we'll be on our way back home to heaven where we belong.